Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. My camera ran out when I was doing this video. I got halfway through with 8 minutes left and had to stop. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a bit of juice. Oh, sorry. I was so thirsty. Where am I here? Okay, so I had to start again. This is just one of the things that happens when you do cards and you're videotaping. You have to be sure that you have enough time in your camera. So here's what I did when you were gone here. I did all of the front. I put the heart down with that Fiskars crimper, and I stamped out the paper tray ink cameo with the little white stays on pearl necklace. Put some acetate behind there and doubled it up. I added the lace doily and made a butterfly up here. And I have so much lace that I am going to make sets. I'm going to start this evening of beautiful, no finger gloves. What are those things? I'm sorry. This cough has got the best of me. And I'm allergic to NyQuil and all that kind of stuff. I can't take it. It puts me over the edge, so I have to suffer through when I have it, other than antibiotics. But anyway, I'm going to make some fingerless, beautiful lace gloves up here with the beautiful vintage buttons up the side. And I'm going to make them for some friends because I have tons and tons of lace. So I'm going to do that. That has nothing to do with our card today. So here's where I laid down this. I put a nice clock here on top of the Stampin' Up! Embossed. I cut this out, that embossed frame. I put some Rub and Buff gold. I cracked the clock. I made sure that the 12 was at the top. The 12 was at the top, and I didn't care on this one. I put burlap on the bottom behind them, so if they turned over, you can't get more vintage than that, can you? So both of them are like that. I thought that was a nice element. And it's opening on the 5.5 inch, and this is 6 inches. And then I have the back ready to decorate. So I found this Stampin' Bella, I don't know what these are, but I've had them in my stash, and I saw that the colors are just so uniquely the same. I want to keep this though, so I know what it is. So I am going to I was going to hang that back there, but I think I'm going to just lay them right here till I can figure out what I want to do with that. See, this is what vintage is all about. It's taking all of your play stuff and working with it. Now I have this little tag that I made from one of my dies. Folded it over, took a tag out of my vintage 6x6 pad, and put some distress inks on it, and did it in blue vellum, and put the Rub and Buff on there, gold. And this was going to get set here like that, sideways like this, but for some reason the clock just stood out, and I cracked it, bent it so it had some character. And I had to wind up my grandfather clock today, so that's what made me think of doing this. And let's keep going here. The next thing I want to do is this piece. Now it had a man underneath there, and I covered it up with some tags, white tag, and it has the stitch edging, because little did I realize when I did this, it's not going to go there, it's going to have to go sideways. And so that was the only way I could get that. It's going to go here. Actually, it's going to go like this, right like that. Yes, and on the top part. And this is the thing, would it look better to go like this? Of course it would. Like that would be awesome. And I possibly could get away with Yes, I could. Let me just take the top off of that. I can. Let me slide over and remove the top edge off of there. Let's get some blue distress ink going around there. There we go. More. Oh, that's awesome. There. Let's clean it up. You're not going to see that anyway. There we go. Honestly, this is what I love about vintage. Exactly what I'm doing here. There we go. And that was the faded jeans. So let's do that. Let's take out this corner, and then we'll pick that up later. I just, when you have the flu, nothing bothers you. That doesn't bother me. Okay. So, that's awesome. There we go. All right. So now we have the straight edge. This is awesome. I'm glad I did that. So when you open it up, it doesn't look silly having it sideways. And then I am going to take off, this is my foam that I got out my Creative Station to put the glue on each side. And I'm just going to take one side off. I'm going to lay this on top of the sticky side, right like this, and this is the element, yikes, that was inside here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in just a second. Let me see. I think I'll do this first. So you're going to want to lay this out because it is really sticky. Really sticky. And let's lay it over top of the foam. Move your hands away. And we have that right there. When I move that, it's perfect on the back to lay down. Then take old scissors. Make sure they're not good scissors because this stuff is crazy sticky. And let's cut this off. Like so. Okay. See what I mean? Okay. So now what I want to do with this is I'm going to rub some glitter on top of here, which would be this right here, the black glitter, onto the sticky. That's the sticky end, right? There. There we are. Put that back in, but I certainly don't want to spill that. And then I will put it into here because this looks like a good piece. There we are. Come down like this. And a lot of that's stuck on there. Let me see if I can push some of it. No, it stays. So let's put some back on there like that. And go. Lay some back on there. Get it into all of the sticky edged pieces. There we are. We'll set that over here. And None of that is coming off. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you're going to take your element and it's going to go back in its spot right like that so you can see the black through it. So let's do that. And I want to thank you for joining me. You know, I really admire those that get, you know, they go in their craft room, and I used to be like this. Every day you go in and you do up a card or a craft, and you really enjoyed, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy doing this, but sometimes, you know, I've just been in a slump, like when you're sick, you just can't get your thoughts together on what you'd like to create. And then when you do, you just, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. And you procrastinate, and that's not good. So I'm going to try and get out of that slump so that I can get some coloring tutorials out there. There, this is awesome. Okay, let's get a paper towel. Like that. And that will not leave that sticky. That sticky is like permanent sticky. Once you use that glue thing, it's glued down. And then later, if this pops up, just add a little bit of glue. I don't want to take all the time, but I'm going to tell you, just in person to see the shine on that, it's absolutely beautiful. So then you just have to remove your backing like this, and you have the raised effect that you set out to get, and you're going to lay it as close to being where you want it as possible. That's good, because once that goes down, there's no way that's letting up. So there we go. I like that. I may put it back on it so that it stands up, but there you go. There's another element finished on the inside. Isn't that also pretty? It really is. There it is, like that. Okay, so we have this, and let's turn it over and decide what we're going to do on the back. And what I think, I want to keep looking. I want to add this element here on the bottom so that it has the weight to close. So let's grab our E6000, the glue of the century that holds. I have little ones that will probably be better, because look at this. Looks like, once again, take terrible scissors. I'll be using good scissors on this stuff. This is dried way up there. Okay, I'm going to have to grab some really good pinchers here to cut it. I just used those last night. Let's see. Sorry, I'm wasting time, but I need this glue. Okay. My Vinny gets at this. Let's see if I can get some of that. Sorry it took so long. This stuff is, I can see some coming out. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can cover this and cover that. Because what happens with this, it just pours out the C6000. I'll lay it somewhere where it can do that. Okay. There we go. That's really nice. So I can make sure it's even while that dries. And that looks pretty centered. So that looks really good down there. I'm happy with that. I'm going to take my pick and just grab a little bit of that glue out of there. That's why it's good to have everything like right in front of you that you may possibly use. And as I'm looking at this is way too not distressed. For my liking. There we go, that's better. Oh, there's that on the ground. I'm having a day of it, aren't I? Okay. So let's just open this up and see. I like to have some, yeah, right there. Okay. Let's put this in the middle of the clock, like so. Drop that there, and that will dry right there. Okay, so you have an element there on the top. And that's just looking around to see what I have. That's really pretty with the black. I like that. Okay, so we have our clock, and these do move freely. You want to have that. You have that. Okay. And let's see what we want to do with the back there. I think as I'm looking at things, I am going to add my sentiment back here. So let's do that. I will put some kind of a sentiment in there. I'll get my 1/4 inch. There we go. My phone is ringing like always. There we are. And this works out very nice. I don't want to keep this to a very long video because you can see that exactly what was done on one card. So I'm going to try and do this without taking it to the full max of 30 minutes for you, give you some relief. 1. And I didn't really want to put like a happy birthday, or because it isn't. This is something I'm sending to somebody with just a hello. So let's get that on the back. And I want it up higher. I don't want to center anything. Like so. And then maybe this is where this is going to come into play. Yep. Just thought of it. So let's get some glue down here and we're finished. There we go. Put that in the center. Pull that down a bit. There we go. And look at that glue, went crazy. That's what I'm telling you. That's what this E6000 does. It comes out when you don't want it to come out. And it picked up the fibers from my lace over there. Okay, so let's stick this down so there's no chance of that coming up. Let's look at it. And that finishes the card. I think it's very vintage. I hope you like it. And really, if I wasn't doing a video and I just sat here just to get it finished for you, it would have went much faster. You open it up and let me see. There you have it on the inside, the sparkle in that black glitter. I want to show you that glitter. It's called Jewel Glitter, Black Ultra Fine. And it's Fabric Art and it's washable by Stampendous. So that's very nice. And it's not coming off. Let me just look at it here. You know what I'm thinking? You can't have a vintage card without a little bit of lace, right? So I'll finish this off with some lace down the side, because that's a must. So let's cut some. This isn't lace, this is actually brocade, which is gorgeous. So I am going to put some just down the side right there. You know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to do this right here. And I don't have my hot glue. What do I do with my hot glue? I'm going to tuck that underneath there. So let's just set it right there. It needed something to balance it off. And that's exactly what it needed. Some type of vintage lace. This I will use good. So there's, and I'm finished. Only to make an envelope. There you have it. Let's tuck a, put that there. Let's get that out of the way. And I think that's sweet. Let me take a little bit of this vintage photo and age this up a bit. There, much better. Much better. Okay. So I am going to clean up from this and I will take you through it just in a second here. Get rid of this so you don't have to look through all that. And I'll put this away for my next flip-up card because you never know what I'm going to need, right? I didn't end up using these. They're too sparkly. Okay, and wait a second. I am going to grab my glossy accents and I am going to glossy accent this heart. I can't help it. It's saying it's too flat. There we go. That's better. See? Oh, get up there. And it enriches the inks underneath the Ranger Distress inks. It makes them deeper and more vibrant, which is awesome. There we have it. Awesome. And then that looks like the cracked clock with the glossy accents, so it makes me happy. So let me get up here and quickly show you the finished product. I have there. This needed to come up just a tad. There you go. So you have that heart. It has the glossy accents. I don't want to move it too. I just noticed something. Sorry. If I don't grab it now, I won't grab it later and it'll be dry. Needs just to push this over a little bit here. When you pick it up to the light, it shows me a few places that are missing. There. Awesome. There we go. And the bubbles, doesn't matter. It gives to the element. Okay, so there it is there. Then you open it up. And you have the beautiful clock with the chimes. The beautiful gold rub and buff. And then if I take this sideways, you can see the black. I don't know if you can see the glitter. It's so amazingly, it looks beautiful. It looks like charcoal. It gives it a richness I really like. So there's the inside, and then you take it and you turn it over. I have to watch that glossy accents. And there's the back. Follow your bliss. So you have yourself a blessed day. Thank you so much for joining me in the two-part, I'll put it like that, 2 parts. It's very hard to, go from one to another. That's a whole hour almost. So I thank you for your patience, and I think it came out just beautiful. Have yourself a blessed day. I'll set this down.